What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. This is Lady Nika, and y'all, we gonna do a reality veggie soup. We ain't did one in a while, y'all. So I was thinking, like, the two shows that I really just can't stand the most out of all of them that I do. Why not just put it in a little, veggie soup? We ain't did one in a while, so come on, y'all, let's do that like that today. And the shows that we gonna talk about is going to be Love and Hip Hop New York season finale part 2 and Black Ink Crew. Child, it was the season finale. Going up, going up, going up, baby. I was a glad bitch then. I'm talking about I was in this motherfucker. Okay, I ain't gotta fuck with this shit no more. I ain't gotta fuck with this shit no more. Fuck all them ugly hoes. I ain't gotta fuck with this shit no more. Child, I was up in here tripping. You know how I be doing it. Anyway, we're gonna start off with Love and Hip Hop. Child, we started what we picked off at with Rich. I'm gonna have to refer to them notes because y'all know I'm tired of these whole one. When I start needing this, I'm tired. But my last week it stopped off at Rich, Cisco and Diamond, and they talking about did Rich and Diamond have sex, child. Now, they played a recording, and on the real for real, it sound like they might have been screwing, but it's a lot of sounds to sex, so I'm not, in my personal opinion, hell yeah, the motherfuckers fucked. But he ain't saying nothing and she ain't saying nothing either, so y'all, what the fuck? I mean, anyway. Neither one of them saying that. But I'll say this right here. Rich, y'all know I don't do rich dollars, right? I'm sorry, y'all will see me refer to these notes because I have to look at it and then remember exactly what I saw on my screen. But Rich is so disrespectful. I can't stand that little son of a bitch. I ain't lying. Now, he on there saying, what Rich want, Rich gets, and Rich wanted Diamond. Mama just sitting up in there. I mean, now, don't get me wrong. It ain't like she ain't got much respect for her damn self to be sitting on there trying to make excuses for her daughter. But why the hell would Rich do that? And if y'all hear, like, equipment and stuff in the background, city workers are in the back of my house. I live in, there's a pond in the back, and they're doing some fucking irrigation or some type of shit, and I don't know why they doing this shit, because y'all the temperature dropping is raining, but I guess they trying to make sure that we don't flood or no shit like that, I don't know shit. Anyway, so if you hear that noise, I try to talk over, so don't pay that shit no mind. Let me see what else happened, because let's move this along. Rich was basically talking about the girl like she was a piece of ass. Like I said, he said what he want, and he wanted her. So then Cisco did, hold on, y'all. Okay. So after Rich get through saying all that old smart ass shit, he was saying, Cisco goes and asks Kim, what made you decide that you wanted to mess with Diamond, like that. And all of a sudden, y'all, it seemed like the big bitch had got mad. I mean, the big sweaty motherfucker just caught an attitude. He was like, man, we supposed to be homies, let me see if I can get in the character, y'all. I'll be trying to do them characters every now and again. I'll slip one or two in on y'all ass. But he was like, now he calm, like I'm sitting here calm. All of a sudden, this motherfucker, y'all, I mean, he went to, we supposed to be homies. What would make you do some shit like that? We supposed to be brothers. We don't do shit like that. We don't go behind each other like that. We ain't finna, we ain't getting down like that there. We ain't getting down like that there. We supposed to be homeboys and shit. And, child, I'm trying to make sure this the part where he act the fool. Okay. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry, I gotta catch up because I told y'all this shit really ain't do much for me. The highlight of the reunion to me was Johnny Blake, because that bitch was funny. But he get all hyped up, we homies, we supposed to be better than that shit, and Rich was sitting over there calmly just looking at that motherfucker like, what you mad for now? And Cisco basically told him he broke the code doing that. Now me, I say that he broke the NOS, the nothing ass, he broke the code, yeah, the nothing ass nigga code. They call themselves the Creep Squad. What kind of code of ethics would a group called the Creep Squad actually have? Child, whatever. Anyway, Cisco was telling him he feel like, he broke the code, and I told y'all I think that's a motherfucking nothing ass nigga code. Anyway, Johnny talking about, you best handle that nigga, cause if I was up there, I'd spit on him or some shit like that. And I'm like, girl, now Johnny, why you so mad? But she said she wasn't mad about her and Diamond. She said that she was really pissed off because, he had did that shit like that. Johnny a street girl. She know about that street code and shit, that underlying thing. Even though I don't think she's always respected it, she knows about it. And she just was basically saying that, Rich was wrong for doing that shit to Cisco, okay? And then Cisco gets up, he wants to be talking about this ain't no motherfucking Stevie J and Benzino. We ain't gonna have a fight and have security breaking it up. Me and my boys, we real New York City. Went out in the crowd, y'all started dapping up Mendici, Peter Guns. I'm like, Lord and Chink, they just dapping up, because he talking about how the New York people do it. They not doing a Benzino and Stevie J. And child, I'm like, whatever. Talking about he'll tear it up and then come back and party with them. It ain't never nothing like that for them. I'm like, boy, sit your stupid ass down. Okay. After that bullshit happened, Diamond admitted that she didn't go for Rich because Rich was, she was trying to get back at Cisco. The girl said that Rich, he showed interest in her. She was already feeling lonely. She was in New York City by herself, basically, after Cisco dogged her out. So she was feeling lonely, and he was the one that was calling her, and let me tell y'all something. See, that's his M.O. If y'all pay attention, that's the second girl on this reunion show that done said that. But let's go all the way back season and think about how he doing. Women always say Rich try to be charming. He always try to be cunning. He play that comforter role, that friend role, and that's how he get these girls to do shit. But Diamond said that's what she was doing, And then next thing I know, Miss Strawberry, she starts to get mad. And, she go for Johnny because Johnny had told the girl that she was like, Diamond was like, she didn't really know who Johnny was at first. She thought Johnny was an extra. And Johnny hauled off and told her baby, bitch and baby a fucking extra. And then the mama got booked and, they had to kind of calm that situation down. Because, of course, Johnny was not fucking scared of her mama. Johnny I told y'all, Johnny got the attitude I grew up with, having to live the life that I live. Hell, 8 to 80, blind, crippled, crazy motherfucker. If you come wrong, you can get it. You can get served. It ain't never no problem. It ain't nothing, it ain't no problem. It ain't no problem. But they get that shit cleared out. So next, Miss Strawberry go to telling Cisco ass about he want to get mad about Diamond with Rich, but that was karma because he had already mistreated her, and then she commenced to telling she was trying to do some read. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you something. This woman should not have been sitting on that stage with her daughter. Your daughter already looked like a fool. You just came and showed us where she get it from. She up there trying to get a girl Johnny some fucking old tired delayed ass reads like free 99 dress and plastic this and plastic that. Child, she was trying to read, but I'm like, Miss Strawberry, you gonna have to up your game if you gonna try to read. Now, you know, you can call me and I will get you together on how to read a bitch down. But you gonna have to get up a little bit early in the morning if you gonna try to read this young girl with them tired old ass reads. Try to sit down somewhere. So next we got Peter, Tara, and Amina. They sitting up on the stage, right? And Amina's of course talking about she hurt, and I'm like, good, we know. The nigga did you wrong, okay? Well, the dude Oren name came up and he was like, you know, Peter was in his feelings the whole fucking section, the time that they was on there, cause Oren name came up and he was asking Amina like, well, did he cheat on you? And she was like, yeah, but you know, that was when we was together before. And my thing is, bitch, you did it too. You did it several times with motherfucking Tara, so what's your point? He like, see? So I guess he's saying, you know, if you can forgive and forget and go back to this motherfucker, why you don't want to work with on our marriage? But the girl pretty much over the shit. Then Peter went to talking about the nigga had said some shit about he wished that, you know, the baby that him and Amina had was by him. And Amina was like, he did say that, but he didn't say that in a mean way. He was kind of like inebriated when he said that. And I didn't take it in an offensive way. He just was saying something, you know, drunk mind shit, but not too offensive. And she didn't take it offensively, but of course Peter did. You know, he got mad. And basically Amina told him that she threw. She'll always care about him, but she threw. So Amina asked Tara, you said you could always have him at any time you wanted to. Do you still feel that way? And he said, yeah. And so she looked at Peter and she was like, do you feel that way? And Peter talking about, well, you know, ain't nobody gonna believe me, but I don't really feel that way. And it's over between us and stuff like that. And this child, Amina was like, okay, it don't really matter because at this point I'm done. You know, and when she was trying to explain what that guy Oren had said about in reference to that child, Peter got real in his feelings and started telling her shit like, you know, I wish you defended me, you know, the way you defending him. He's still pissed off because basically all Amina did was just verify what Tara already knew about his ass, okay? And she said she done. She ain't finna keep trying to deal with that and explain no shit to him. You know, that's it. And Peter expected sympathy, and baby, wasn't no dice. Wasn't nobody feeling no sympathy because you did too much to these girls. And then they gonna ask, they had this segment where they talking about who's the bigger creep, Peter, Cisco, or Chinks, or Rich. And somebody said Peter was the least creepiest, I guess, out of all of them. And I'm like, motherfucker, have you been watching the last few seasons? This nigga worse than all of them. This nigga bounced between two bitches like it was nothing, child. And don't nobody on this show really give a fuck about no fucking Peter fucking guns. The only person really showed some interest in his motherfucking ass and cared about him this season was Erica Miller, which I highly doubt how they cool. Because last season, y'all remember them bitches got into it. She threw a plate or a bowl or something at his motherfucking ass and called him all kinds of shit. But this season, you know, that's his ride or die bitch. And so that's what the fuck was going on there. Nobody else really gave a fuck about him. Okay. And since we talking about that trick ass on Erica, they look back at Erica and they do the announcement that the bitch done left the show. And her and Mona, you know, having them a powwow and she asking her why she not coming back. And she was giving little bullshit stuff like the show had elevated her. It was her platform. By her looking at some of her past seasons on the show, she realized, you know, how hurt of a person that she is, and now she's been, you know, elevated to higher things, and she's got her a good man that loves her and shit, and she, you know, she'll never forget this show, but, you know, this was her platform to get herself out there. Now she's transcended onto bigger things. A bunch of bullshit. Mona was sitting there looking at her like she didn't believe shit that was coming out of her damn mouth anyway. And she went on. Mona with her miss ass gonna ask the bitch, well, you think you and Rich ever be friends again? And she was like, no, you know, we've, you know, our time has passed, and, you know, she hopes he gets his life together because he ain't getting no younger. And Charlie, she talking, the camera panning out to the audience and the castmates and everybody like, Cause this bitch really talking like she made this show. You know what I'm saying? Like this show wasn't already on when she brought her motherfucking ass up and they getting whooped by Chris and them and shit. Child, whatever. Anyway. So Mona gonna ask her how does her son King feel about Bow Wow. And this is where the bitch tried to get her some acting creds in. She gets emotional as she says that she's been in so many abusive relationships. And now she's with Shad, and King absolutely adores Shad, and child, whatever. Okay, she claims she realized how bad she was, and you know she was hurting, and she saw it in herself, and now she started thanking Mona for that opportunity to be on the show. You know, Mona was sitting there as this bitch doing all these dramatics, just like. Like, she really partially could bust out laughing at any damn minute, but, you know. So, Rich gonna say, you know, the bitch wasn't bottled to the show. Which she wasn't. If y'all look back at this season right here, it wasn't really many shows that she was involved in. And if it was like she was a part of somebody else's storyline. She wasn't really all that vital. I mean, tell you the truth, as much as we might not liked it, you know I don't, because I can't stand that motherfucker. Rich really wasn't put her on because no one knew of her until Rich brought on Love and Hip Hop New York. And he went on to say it with his old honorary ass. But I couldn't go against him because he told the truth. He really did more for her than she ever probably could do for him, child. So next we see Kim Bella Good, child. And she come on the stage, her and Remy, and they talking about their Yandeese and I mean not Yandeese, child. What that whole name is? Yandy Mendice and Remy situation. All of them sitting up on the stage. And, you know, Nina, the host, asked her, you know, clear it up, you know, what because people, according to the Instagram, it's not, you know, going along with what y'all sitting here feeding us every Monday night. So Yandy said, no, it wasn't no story, you know, it wasn't no made up storyline. She had known Remy for a while, but she didn't like the fact that Remy had become, you know, kind of like more than she, you know, she stepped out of her bound. She said that she was cool with it until she started doing things like getting too close to her man, trying to dress like her, and being in their damn business. And I'm like, okay, I can understand that, but I still ain't walked away from that believing that that was a true storyline, because bitch, we ain't crazy. We know your mother. I just don't believe that storyline, y'all. I'm sorry. She just seemed fake to me. Okay, what happened next? They got, the final part was they asked, you know, what did, you know, they looked back and Tara asked, you know, that's when Tara asked that goddamn Amina. Well, I mean, that's when Amina asked her, did she still think that she could have Peter at any time? Because clearly we see Peter acting like he pining over Amina now. And he had, you know, she said she do feel like she can get him if she wanted. And Peter said it ain't going to be like that there because he a changed man. People just don't know. He really dedicated to really trying to make his marriage work. But Amina like, fuck you, nigga. I don't give a damn. And, Yandy let on that something we already knew, you know, Yandy and Mendice finna get ready to get married. I guess he ain't gonna go to jail, because I think that's why she never put that shit, really just, you know, married him, because she ain't want them motherfuckers messing with her coin. And I ain't mad at you, you're smart hoe for that. And they also supposed to have their own spin-off show, child. I hope, ooh. I don't know if I'll be watching it, because they just not interesting enough for me. And, you know, the final thing that happened was, you know, Chris is saying she waiting on Chinks to get the divorce. If he get the divorce, it's on. Proving that this bitch ain't learned nothing the whole season. So she'll be back with this bullshit next year trying to convince us that this is a real relationship when we've seen this shit unfold this season here. Y'all, that was the end of that motherfucking shit, and I'm so goddamn glad that was it. That was the season. That was the final part 2 of Love and Hip Hop New York, child. I don't know if I'll be reviewing the next season, but, you know, we'll see. We'll talk about it shit as it get closer. The next one that just brought joy to my bitch heart, just made her whole feel good, was to tell y'all, I am now finna talk about the Black Ink Cruise. This is episode 12 of season 3, and thank you, Jesus. It's the motherfucking finale, y'all. Yes, God. This motherfucking episode was called All You Did Was Mess Up My Hair. Alright, y'all. This ain't finna be in order because I just wrote shit that I remember seeing. I didn't even do my notes as I watched. But I seen Puma and Quanta, and you know, I can't stand them two motherfuckers right there. Them two motherfuckers there is, oh my God. And Quanta, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Quanta on that dope, y'all. Look at all that damn weight loss and erratic behavior this bitch got. Now, she could have that post shit from having her baby. But, girl, you really, you like paranoid schizophrenia, bitch. What the fuck? They at this counselor office said, she had went to that time, and she sitting up in there, him and her talking about, you know, like they fearing for their life or some shit, you know, talking about, you know, he showed up at the apartment, C's and Big Joe, and, you know, they acting like as if Big Joe and them was gonna try to do anything, do something to him, and Puma wasn't there, and Joe didn't get out of pocket with her. Not true, granted, he's a big dude, but he not that type of dude. He not the thug type. He more like that dude that got his mind together and he trying to do what he's supposed to do, and he encourages his young, you know, his homies and shit like that he care about, and possibly other young men in the neighborhood to do that type of stuff. Get on your money game, fuck all that other bullshit. That's what I got out of that shit. This bitch acting like, you know, they just doing the most, child, you know, talking about his life was in danger. Well, anyway, next girl, child, we seen Sassy and her girlfriend Didi, and Sassy take her over to this nice ass apartment, and she lets her know that she done leased the bitch out, and she want the girl to come stay with her and shit. Now, they ain't really been together that long, and the girl kind of was hesitant about that because, you know, this girl really ain't told everybody in her family that she done came out as a lesbian. She told her mama, and her mama ain't taking it too damn well, but, you know, she want to keep her boo happy, so she agreed to go ahead on and move in there. But I think that shit is a little too fast, you know. I guess that's alright. Next, y'all. Oh shit ain't shit for real. Now, I never did see it for the bitch, okay? I never did see it for the crusty, dusty, drug-addicted bitch. No, I never did. I cannot see myself dealing with no dirty looking at. That motherfucker look like he dirty. I mean, you ever seen a motherfucker just look like they skin just, ugh. They just look like they shit just ain't right. Like, damn. You know that motherfucker skin soft or some shit like that. Bitch, how many days? He look like he on baths to me, shit. Well, the reason why I'm talking about this nothing ass piece of shit is because y'all remember he was supposed to have gotten his DNA test and all that shit done and had proven that Achilles was not his son, but he said he was gonna take care of him anyway. Well, Kathy come in there with her results and come to find out, oh shit, lied the whole motherfucking time. He never did do a DNA test on that boy. So you done sat here and made this girl look like a motherfucking hoe to everybody on TV. Now, that ain't excusing this bitch personality because I'm still not here for her. But in this moment, I'm here for her. And I'm woman enough to be able to say, because I went in on the bitch pretty hard, I apologize to, you know, I'm not too big a woman. I can't apologize. I apologize for that, you know, reading you for dust and shit for about 3 weeks, bitch, because I thought that you hadn't had this man caring for this 8-year-old boy all these years and know it wasn't none of his. So for that, bitch, I'm sorry, but I still don't like you. Your personality is fucked up. Bitch, you make people hate you while opening up your mouth. You're too fucking aggressive. Calm the fuck down and sit the fuck down, and we might can be cool next season. But right now, I'm going to give you a break. I'm finna talk about this rusty ass motherfucking old shit. Now, bitch, you sat up here and made this girl look like a fucking hoe. On a lie. And all you can tell her is you did that shit because you was just fucking with her. You wanted to make her mad. They need to lock that bitch up somewhere. I cannot stand this dirty ass bitch. You deserve whatever the fuck go on in your life. You know, it's a damn shame y'all got this platform. All you son of a bitches got this damn platform where y'all could really do some good things and, you know, make a difference and elevate yourself, bitch. Elevate your fucking mind. But they can't fucking do that shit because these bitches want to sit up here and do stupid shit like this right here. These kind of games, you ain't, you know, you ain't trying to talk about nothing that's gonna, you know, make coin for you in the future. Be you know, a stomping ground to your fucking shit growing up, you know, doing shit. You supposed to be this good ass tattoo artist, and we're gonna talk about this shit toward the end because I got some tea. But y'all know about it, but I'm still telling y'all in a damn way. But you sat here and made everybody just straight think that the worst of this woman. Now, true, she did a whole lot of it her motherfucking self, but it's a motherfucking shame you set your ass up here and allow everybody to come down on this woman thinking she's a hoe because she done had you caring for this little boy all these years and it wasn't none of your own. You put that lady out there real bad for no fucking reason. All you can give her is you just want to fuck with her. Man, I told y'all I can't stand this crusty motherfucker. Bitch, you on here getting a check from motherfucking VH1 and you still look nasty. You still look unkept, unbathed. Bitch, you look like your breath stink. You look like your skin salty, your breath stink, and your nuts are sweaty. That's what you look like. You nothing ass piece of shit. I can't stand his motherfucking ass. And I guess Anya can't neither because she told his ass that, you know, they done. She said she was good and you know, he's still gonna try to go for her. Also during this period, we saw him go see his P.O. for the last time. I'm just over him, y'all. You know, I can't with that old raggedy ass bitch. Can't believe he did that goddamn shit. You know, Child, that head got me upset. Anyway, what the fuck is this nigga? Alright, also doing this, y'all, Scott got out of jail last episode. Well, Teddy go down there to get her motherfucking ass because that's his ride or die bitch, you know. And she's sitting in the car with him and she like, look, let me give you some tea right quick. Bobby, my old man, was supposed to have been told y'all where I was and everything. But what Bobby did was Bobby done emptied out my bank account and he done, you know, maxed out all my credit cards. This nigga done did a 1, 2, 3 on my motherfucking ass. And Teddy, totally uncharacteristic of him, but I ain't mad at you, boo. Teddy told her, don't worry about it, I got you. I'll take care of you. Child. I guess it is a possibility of promotion from the sideline. Y'all keep the hope alive, bitches that's on the sideline. Y'all might get promoted one day. But he wound up taking her to a really nice. He took her to a nice spa. Child, it was motherfucking. Oh, I liked this shit. I'm gonna have to go up for Teddy on this. Even though I'm still gonna shade his ass before I probably finish this damn review. But let me tell y'all how Teddy came. And this is my type of motherfucking man, baby. He had them rose petals laid out on that goddamn bed. She standing there, you know, she done took her a nice bath and stuff. Baby, she got on her motherfucking nice red ass pretty dress. Teddy sitting over there in his motherfucking tuxedo and shit, is black and white. I mean, his red and white, baby. He looking good and shit. I said, now y'all know that y'all know that suit that suit jacket. Y'all, that motherfucker was tight, the motherfucker. I said, oh, if he don't take that motherfucker off. If he don't, Lord have mercy, I love me some Teddy, y'all. Y'all know he buys clothes from Ice Guys But Guys. But, y'all, that motherfucker had that jacket was so motherfucking tight, y'all. I was so glad that he took that bitch off before he sat down to eat. Because, y'all, that jacket looked like it was motherfucking one breath away from ripping out in the back like the Incredible Hulk. That's my damn boy, though. He was being romantic, though. He was over there feeding her shrimps, baby. He had got her some white tigers. Y'all know white tigers, them big motherfuckers where you can't just stick it all in a bitch mouth. That she trying to tell you something about what might happen later on tonight. If not, she gonna eat it like a lady and just nibble on the shit. But, child, yeah, they had a wonderful little encounter and shit. Yes, God, go ahead, old Teddy, you big old teddy bear. I ain't mad at you, tight clothes wearing motherfucker you, but you all right with me. But they wind up doing their thing, and then they go on back to the crew, baby. They go on back to the crew, but that goddamn Teddy went out for that damn Sky. I'll tell you, baby, keep hope alive, you sideline bitches. It might be a chance, bitch. You might get a promotion. You might get a promotion if you stick with the plan, I guess. But anyway, child, she go back to the crew, and, you know, everybody glad to see you and stuff, because everybody like Sky. I don't know nobody not like Sky. Hell, I like Sky. But I'm going to tell you something. Just like I apologize to Kathy, y'all know I will ride a bitch down. But just like I will put your ass down, I also extend a hand to lift your ass up when you right. Baby, when she got back and told them what Bobby had did to her, baby, Duchess was ready to roll. I'm talking about Duchess did. You know, Duchess always do talk like she bad, but I don't be believing it. But, baby, in this instance, that's a friend. Now, I don't like the bitch because she thinks she thinks too much. She thinks too high of motherfucker self when she get with C's and shit. She get to thinking she Michelle Obama, and that bitch ain't Barack, so you can't be Michelle. But in this instance, she was really pissed off, like she was ready to ride out. Let's go get this nigga. What, bitch? What? She reminded me of me. Had something in my heart just started smiling, y'all, because that bitch she was about that life. She was ready to do something. Now, we ain't going to just let him do that, but ladies, that just goes to show you. And, you know, you can't trust these niggas, you know what I'm saying? Sky got in that relationship and she did too much for him, but when she needed him, look what he did to her. So be careful of these niggas that come into your life and you trying to, you know, I'm going to tell you something. I used to be that type of woman, you know, after my divorce shit. I felt like, you know, and even in my marriage, I build a nigga. You know, like you build a bear, I build a motherfucking nigga. You know, if my man ain't where he want to be, then it's my job, to, in my mind back then, to get him to where he want to be. I'm going to push. I'm going to put that money out there. I'm going to do whatever I want to. Now, am I a sugar mama? No, I'm not a sugar mama. I'm a builder. I like to see shit, you know, I like to build beautiful things. And I feel like sometimes us as black women do not stand by our black men. Some of them are worthy. Not all of them bitches, but some of them bitches is worthy. But, you know, time and time again, we get with these men and we try to fix whatever is wrong with them. And now, at this stage in my life, I ain't into fixing no motherfucking man. You got to come already fully equipped. I'm fully equipped, so I feel like that's what you need to be. Now, for you younger women who may feel so inclined to want to try to build a motherfucking bitch, look, it's levels to that shit. If you working harder than him to see his dream come to fruition, girl, you better stop, drop, and don't roll, bitch. Just stop and drop. Stop doing anything. When you working harder than the person that you working hard for, and ain't no paycheck in there for you, something ain't right about that shit. But anyway, you know, they go back over there to Sky's house where she was staying, you know, where Bobby was staying with that. Like he had to try to break in the apartment or something like that. Child, she go in there and he done, you know, he been living in there since she was gone and stuff. He had bitches up in there. She found vibrators and shit in there. And that's when she told us that, you know, his dick don't work. That's what he had to hit. So they let her know that ain't hers. Said he had other bitches up in her house and stuff. Found his shoes and clothes and stuff. They took all this shit and throw it out the door. I was like, yeah, that's what you do, bitch. You throw that shit, slap her out your door and move on with your life. You know, you got a chance with somebody that seem like they halfway want to act right. So you might want to roll with that motherfucker shit. That's all I'm saying. You might want to roll with the nigga that's trying to roll with you. You know. That's fucked up how he did that. Okay, y'all, let's go on and talk about this motherfucking fight. Okay. Walt is walking in this fashion show, y'all, and you know he invites everybody from Black Ink out there and stuff. So that's gonna be Duchess and C's and all of them coming out there, Sky and everybody, right? Well, unbeknownst to Walt, Puma is actually walking in this fashion show as well. Now he didn't know, because if he had known, I'm pretty sure that Walter wouldn't have invited Duchess and Caesar to come there, because he know about the conflict. He cool with both of them, but he know that they not feeling each other, so he wouldn't do that. And of course Sassy's there because the person that's actually throwing the show is a stylist that she works with, so she's there, you know, double support. You know, she there for both sides, you understand? So, you know, they get there and everything, and unbelievably the show actually goes on. Everything was fine. The show was nice and everything. Well, after the show, you see Puma and them standing over there talking to his little crowd of people and shit. And Duchess and C's actually are late. They done missed the whole fashion show, but they just getting there. And somebody come tell Puma, Caesar, and Duchess outside. So when they tell him that, he run his motherfucking ass out there, get all the way there, but leave about this much gap between them. And he's standing there fucking exercising with his vocals. You done ran all the way out here. You done been at the damn counseling session talking about you in fear of your fucking life, but you done ran your ass all the way out here to these people who didn't even know that you was there, who is late they damn self, ain't even made it in the building, but you out there jaw jacking and exercising like a bitch with him, trying to get into it with him, and you continue to do so until somebody from your crew pull you like they trying to get you to come on inside and just leave it alone. That's when you feeling yourself, so you get you act like you done had you a double dose of your weed, so you actually go for that dude and try to fight. So the fight ensues, and while the fight going on, I'm noticing bitches is jumping motherfucking Duchess. See, now I'm gonna tell you something. I don't do Duchess, but I don't play bitches fight. If you gonna fucking jump me, bitch, whoever got the fucking problem with me need to come see me. When you gotta jump a bitch, you a coward hoe. And I done had 7 bitches jump me at one time, y'all, and I did not get a scratch. I was just like Duchess. Cause see, that back when the bitch hair was actually this fucking long, and the hoes just pulled my hand shit. So I got what Duchess was saying, you know, when they had kind of calmed things down. You got 4 bitches jumping on me, hoe, and all they did was pull my motherfucking hair. Ain't nothing wrong with my face, and y'all, there wasn't nothing wrong with a motherfucking face. So to me, in other words, you had these amateur motherfucking fighters out here fucking with these motherfucking professional bees I'm coming with, bitch. I can't stand that kind of shit. You know, I can't stand that kind of shit. That was some coward ass shit. That boy didn't come there to mess with you because he didn't even know you was there. Then when he get there, you run your ass out there with all that motherfucking exercising and big cake talking and shit. But then somebody make you feel like, you know, you about that life. So you decide to go on and start the fight. And baby, did y'all see Caesar motherfucking ass over there whooping that big ass nigga? Baby, I said, oh yeah, he hood approved. Now, I don't do him, but this bitch hood approved. Because he was working that motherfucker. He was working that motherfucker like a full-time job with full benefits. And I was here for it. Because, bitch, I didn't come to fight you. I didn't even know you was here. But you and your bitch want to come out there and you jump me and my girl. Child, whatever. If you ask me, I say Seeds and Duchess won that motherfucking shit. And believe it or not, y'all, in this little saga of Puma and Quantity versus Seeds and Duchess, y'all ain't gonna believe bitches with C's now. Cause I cannot do that shit, that coward ass shit that these 2 drug using motherfuckers over here doing. See, that's what's wrong with them bitches. They fucking on that shit, y'all. Instead of taking care of that fucking child and trying to grow his little business or his, you know, elevate to where he could actually own the business one day, he over here with this fool of fuck shit. I can't stand no motherfucking dusty ass, crusty ass motherfuckers. And y'all, let me tell you something what really pissed me out about this show. Now, this show's supposed to be, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna wait till the end. Okay, the next scene we see, they do that scene flopping shit. One scene, you got Puma, Quantity, and her mama sitting over there, and her mama talking about it was a setup. I'm like, wrong answer, bitch. This motherfucker didn't even know this nigga was gonna be at the fucking fashion show, so it wasn't no damn setup, because he hadn't even walked in the building. Your son-in-law came out there with that bullshit and got his ass touched. So Corny over there talking about, well, I used to be up soon, so maybe we should move to Atlanta. And he's sitting over there talking about, I ain't finna let nobody run me away from my home. I ain't never left New York, and I'm not leaving New York. Okay, bitch, whatever. Then the scene flops over to the Black Ink crew, and everybody there saying there's some fuck shit going on right here. Even motherfucking Sky, and you know she tried to be understanding to everybody. It did not make no motherfucking sense. Y'all jumped on these people for no reason. What did we get jumped on for? I ain't did shit to him. You know, even by I said that maybe C should not have gone to her house, you know, to his house, and you know, Quanta and Puma's apartment. He might not have shouldn't have did that, but when he did come there, he was no way threatening. He was no way disrespectful. This bitch just on one because she on that dope up in that house, probably going through that post shit for real, along with the dope use, and she tripping. So you know, back to what the fuck I was finna tell y'all about. See, let me tell y'all something about the Black Ink crew. Now, I always be in my niece ass. Y'all know my YouTube niece is C Midget. I always be on her ass because she always be, you know, it take too much to impress Chelsea sometimes. She just be on one. But I understand now why she like that. Chelsea the type of woman that ain't just, you gotta get, your shit gotta be right. You wanna get true admiration for her, you gotta give her something to admire. And I never had it for this show. And that's because I see the potential. This could be a good thing for him. If this was a white person ran show, these motherfuckers would have all kinds of shit going on. All kinds of merchandise. He just not moved. It's season 3. And this motherfucker just not doing some renovations to the fucking place. Now y'all know that Black Ink crew getting sued, right? Apparently some chick came in there to get a cover up on one of her tattoos, and she got it done, and she wind up, I guess her skin got infected. She got keloids now. That's all I know. And when she went to get it checked on, it was said that it was because they had did, you know, overused. They had used something. Either he used the same equipment or this motherfucker overdid something with ink. But now she's suing they motherfucking ass. And my point is, you got a TV show. Y'all supposed to be top of the line tattoo artists and shit. I have never seen a tattoo that I was like, oh, and I know y'all know I don't do tattoos and shit like that, but impress me. I've seen other tattoo shows. I ain't trying to be funny. Or the other tattoo show over on, y'all know, I think it was MTV or something like that, but I seen some impressive shit. But why is it with us, we don't take the time, we don't elevate our minds, we don't elevate our money, we just stay the same. Now, you got a motherfucking TV show on VH1 during prime time that people actually watching this shit because it comes on right behind Love and Hip Hop. And we all know people like nigga Scott Young shit. So, we watching this shit. And y'all still living like motherfucking, you know, peasants in the project. Y'all have not, y'all style ain't changed. Y'all mentalities haven't changed. You know, the way you do business. Y'all sitting around in there, people coming to the shop, and y'all laxed up in there like that. That's the hangout. Motherfuckers might be laying on the couch or some shit like that. No sense of professionalism whatsoever. The decorum don't say this is a business. The decorum says this is a hangout. In there using that dirty ass equipment and shit. I just don't get that shit. And I hope that girl win her fucking shit, because that shit look bad now. You know, I can't stand that shit. A golden opportunity to take this platform that these motherfuckers done gave you over here at the VH1 and grow your shit and become world renowned, and this is what you do? All this hood rat ratchet fucking everybody, motherfucker, all y'all look like y'all need a makeover. Everybody look like they need a damn bath. I mean, black love is beautiful, but baby, it ain't gotta be portrayed in a nasty light. God damn. Y'all, I'm so sick of this motherfucking show. I swear to God, that's the one thing I don't like about this show. That's why I can't never give it my best, because this show just wears me the fuck out. It wear me out, y'all. It wear me the fuck out. because it just aggravates me that I know what this show could do for him and his business. I don't give a fuck. Dude, you done managed to stay on VH1 during prime time for 3 fucking seasons. Meaning somebody watching. And y'all tattoos they not. If I had, every day ain't gonna be a good day. Everybody ain't gonna have the best. But each time, them cameras gonna be in there and showing what kind of work y'all do. Y'all ought to do the best of the best. That's what you showcase. Not them rinky-dinky ass tattoos y'all be around there doing. Like I said, no sense of professionalism in the building. Now, you ain't got to be acting like you down there at the law offices or nothing like that. But damn, that's still a business. It should be some form of, okay, I don't have no problem with the tattoos because that's the nature of the business. But y'all ought to dress, if you're going to show your tattoos off to prove that, you do good work around here or whatever, you still ought to care about your clothes not looking all tore up and nasty and shit. Yeah, I don't know. I just, this motherfucking show make me sick. But like I said, on this issue, I actually am siding with Duchess and C's because this is a damn shame how the fuck Puma and Quan over there acting with their mother. That's a shame. And they was really friends at one time. And their friendship is over behind the almighty dollar because that's all this is about. Motherfucker feeling like they elevating above another motherfucker and making another motherfucker feel like they ain't shit. Anyway, y'all, please like, comment, subscribe. And I see y'all Wednesday morning with If Loving You Is Wrong. In the meantime, in between time, as I always say, peace. Oh, don't trip. I got a video coming about that. We're going to talk about it. See y'all in a little while on another video. Smooches.